I'm Kahithe. I'm Dr. Kahithe Kiiru. I'm the production manager at Bomas of Kenya. By background, I'm an anthropologist that specializes in dance, more particularly in traditional dances of Kenya. So Bomas of Kenya is a state corporation under the State Department of Culture and Heritage in the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Heritage. So it's a parastatal, basically. It's a government organization that was established in 1971. And it is mandated to preserve the diversity of and to promote the diversity of Kenyan cultures, of all of the ethnic communities of Kenya. Our Ignite Culture project is titled SampleBar Kenya. It's a partnership project developed in partnership with a Swedish tech company called Libido Music. And it's basically a digital documentation project that focuses on collecting and preserving the sounds, melodies, and rhythmical patterns of diverse traditional instruments across Kenya. And it's about more than just preservation and documentation. It's also about how do we carry these sounds into the future. So there's a strong interactive and creative component to the project. We are trying to see whether we can encourage contemporary creatives to actually inspire themselves of these sounds and to sample these sounds in their contemporary music production. I believe for us, Ignite Culture has been extremely important. Number one, it was the first international grant we have ever gotten as a government entity to do the work that relates to our mandate, to really push ourselves beyond how we traditionally thought of preservation and cultural heritage in that context. We're here in Zanzibar at the festival for networking, mainly and primarily. So I think it's a great opportunity to meet the other grantees that have benefited from the Ignite Culture grants, from across the region. It's very interesting to discover other people's projects, and it's also a very good platform where you can actually create collaborations, and partnerships for the future. So I think that has been the main takeaway, that we have very different projects, but at the same time, there's so many common interests, and we are still all working towards the same goal. We have the same concerns, when it comes to project implementation, funding, policy, and support in the creative sector. So the discussions have been quite interesting, and yeah, we are hoping that it will come out of this also with potential partners for future projects. So I think one of the challenges is actually it's a mindset challenge, I believe, for us to even accept that this is our sound, or this is a part of our sound, and we can leverage on it, especially when it comes to positioning ourselves on an international market. Okay, this is my first time in Zanzibar, so that was also another nice opportunity. What I'm liking in Zanzibar is it's kind of mellow, and it's not as much as there's a touristy element. I find that the local population and the atmosphere, they're quite welcoming. Everything is easy, and I think to a certain extent there is also a strong element, of culture. There's a strong element of heritage, the fact that all the festivals and major events are happening, in an old fort, for example, I find that they found a way of maintaining that aspect, of their culture and of their way of doing things, even in the food, even in the hotels. You notice, that the aspect of the element of Swahili culture is quite strong. I think that's very nice, and it gives a unique note to a tourism destination.